Afternoon everybody, Calm Biker here. Heading for a late trek to the office. Getting everything set up for a big test tomorrow of our software with 20 people using it at once. Each of them trying to mimic about 30 users of our software, so bit of a big test really, should be good. And it's our last big test before we go live, so hopefully everything will go well. But then again, it might not, that's why we do testing. Anyway, talking of testing, I thought I'd give you a quick update on my IAM test. So I mentioned in a previous video that I'd got a date set for the test, and I didn't know whether it was going to be icy or not. Well, that date was today. And when I left the house, it was indeed a bit frosty. But nothing particularly bad. Because of all the roadworks and farm activity and what have you, it was also blooming muddy everywhere we went and soaking wet. And it rained for about half the test. But, you know, I live in Britain, so I can't really hope for much more. And I live on the east coast along the North Sea, so, you know, you're not exactly Costa Brava. Anyway, I passed! Hooray! Couple of minor things. That's actually what he wrote in the comments. A couple of minor things, but a good ride. Well done, Richard, I think is what he put, or he might have put well done, Howard. Thinking about it. In fact, he put Howard. I don't think that he didn't know it was me, or didn't know my name. I think it was just that he was called Howard. Lovely chap. The overall test was about an hour and a half long, I think, of actual riding, and a bit of slow manoeuvres and eyesight test and all that kind of stuff. And I made a couple of minor faults. I can't show you the video, but I can tell you about them because there is no video. Because I didn't video the ride. I couldn't video the ride. But the minor stuff, one was just really stupid. And I kicked myself for it. It was right at the beginning of the test. And I was coming down the one-way system towards the traffic lights in Beverley. And they changed to amber as I had got to them. And any other time I'd have just gone through because they changed there right at the last minute. But because I had the chap behind me, and once you're through those lights there's not really anywhere you can stop, so I'd have been off up the road and he'd have been stuck behind me for quite a while. So I put a bit of back braking and stopped, but it's one of those with an advanced stop line, and I crossed the advanced stop line and had to roll it back a bit. So that was one of my minor mistakes. And the other one was we were behind a car and a lorry, and there was no opportunity to overtake, but I was looking for opportunities to overtake. And I looked for a few on a straight bit, and then we got to a bend. And after the bend, we had another straight bit, and he said, well, ready for the bend, should have been in the overtaking position, 1 second off the back of this car and lorry. Even though after the bend there was no opportunity to overtake, I would have seen that there was no opportunity earlier, but I would have been in a position to overtake had I needed to. So those were the couple of errors, but not enough to stop me passing, just enough to stop me getting a first. So no first for me. Of the things, it's a different set of marking to the bits of paper I've shown you in the past. There's about, those 3 columns of things, there's about 30, maybe 33, 36 things that they're grading you on. You get a 1 if you've done it without any errors. You get a 2 if you've made an error. 3 means you were good enough. 4 is poor. 5 is you failed no matter what. Basically, if you get a 4, you've failed anyway. So poor or a unsatisfactory or whatever, you've failed. if you get a few 3s, then you fail as well, because they say that although those are satisfactory levels of riding, that you're not, as one person said to me, it's not the Institute of Standard Motorists, it's the Institute of Advanced Motorists. So you're not going to pass just by doing a kind of test, as in standard bike test, quality ride. So I got a few 2s, mainly 1s, but as I say, that was enough to mean that I don't get a first. But I don't care. Couldn't care less. Fact is, I've now got a pass. I'm now part of the institute, and I can declare it to my insurance company. It'll be interesting to see if my insurance comes down at all. I suspect it won't, because I think I've got a pretty damn good deal anyway. And now I can think about what to do next. At the end of the test, Howard was saying what I should probably do now is spend a few months over winter just getting miles under my belt, practicing, trying to perfect everything, and then next year when the season starts again and the observations start again, start doing the observer training, so that I can in the future become an IAM observer, give a little bit back, in the same way that the observer that I've had has done all the stuff for me for free, and I thank him for that. I can start to give a little bit back, do a bit of volunteering as an observer for new candidates. Now, we got asked in a recent hangout, one of Mr. B's brain dumps hangouts, what I thought of the IAM. Obviously I'm in a good mood about them at the minute, and whether it was worth doing or not. I say yes, obviously I would, but all I'd say is look back at my first videos and look at the videos I'm doing now, and I can see a marked improvement in my riding, in the way I'm controlling the bike, in the way I'm reading the road, and most of that is down to doing the bike safe and the IAM. The bike safe probably had the biggest increase or improvement in my riding, because I'd just passed my test basically. I was riding to that test standard, and the bike safe picks you up on so many things and makes a big difference. And then the IAM is kind of just polishing the turd, as it were. So if you are thinking about doing it, I would definitely advise anyone that gets the opportunity to do the bike safe. And hopefully your bike safe in your area is like the one in ours, where there are 2 options. You can do the bike safe with the police, which is a 1-day course, or you can do a 2-day course where you do the first day, the standard day, generally on a Saturday, and then on a Sunday you go out for an observed run with the IAM or with ROSPA or with a enhanced rider scheme approved instructor, and you get a taste of, you know, a day-long taster of the advanced riding stuff, and it's brilliant. So I would say anybody who thinks about doing it, whether you've been riding for 3 months or 30 years, we had people. I wasn't the least experienced, believe it or not, on the course. There was somebody who had only been riding for a month or 2, and then there were people who've been riding for 30 or 40 years, and everybody on the course said they got a lot out of it, even those with that much experience. So pretty worthwhile, I think, and much cheaper than doing the IAM. The IAM cost me about £115 for all of the observed rides and for the test. It should have been 140 at the time, but I got a 25 quid off voucher for doing bike safe, which in a way meant that the 40 quid I spent on bike safe, I got that half price now by using the voucher. Anyway, that's enough rambling on from me. Best get myself to work, get my test room set up. Thanks for watching, everyone. Ride safe. Oh, there's one thing I didn't tell you about. I did have one quite impressive moment. on the IAM test. Going through a 60-mile-an-hour section, and it's all twisty country roads, single lane, and there was mud everywhere, and I was aiming for these slight bits of wheel track where there weren't mud. And on this left-hander, that's going to be a red light jump, there you go. On this left-hander, there was an extra bit of squashed out, obviously rained on mud, and I managed just to clip the edge of it. So I probably got half a tyre over it, and my front tyre slid sideways, probably about 6 or 8 inches. Rear tyre then followed it, so I managed to get a 2-wheel drift. So at the end of that section of the test, because we did it in 2 sections, at the end of that section I was just happy to still be alive. Never mind worrying about passing. I was just quite pleased with myself keeping the thing upright. Certainly put a new crease in the seat. Anyway, thanks for watching everyone. Ride safe, and I'll talk to you all again soon.